When they're finished with their training, we then inject them with the drug. And we find that the drug produces an experimental amnesia. The animals don't remember the maze. They wander around the maze trying to find the food. This is a synapse which contains the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. In the experiment, we used a drug called scopolamine. The scopolamine blocks the receptor site for the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. So in a sense, we've inactivated this synapse. When we do that, it leads to experimental amnesia. We can also do the opposite. We can stimulate this synapse. A drug which does this is called physostigmine. It blocks the enzyme which breaks down the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, so there's more of it around in the synapse to have an effect. When you do this, you actually can produce the opposite result, or enhancement of memory. The reason acetylcholine is interesting in this context is because acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that's tremendously reduced in Alzheimer's patients. So there's great hope that by understanding this particular chemical system better, that we'll be able to develop drugs that can help people with Alzheimer's disease.
While brain imaging, experimental drugs, and EEG recordings help improve our understanding of the brain, studying brain abnormalities like amnesia can teach us something about how normal memory works. MêGa Rafai is a psychologist at the Memory Disorders Research Center in Boston who studies the effects of amnesia.
It's important to dispel a common misconception about amnesia.
Who are you, anyway?
And that's the notion which we often see in movies, that when somebody becomes amnesic, they lose their knowledge about themselves, about their past, and that in fact they lose their identity.
Who am I, anyway? I really don't know. She's got amnesia. Amnesia? I hope that ain't contagious.
Now, in reality, it's almost the complete opposite, because what we see is that the main problem is really one in forming and laying down new memories. So it's primarily a problem in new learning. And it's not the case that patients don't remember their remote past or who they were or where they grew up. That's the kind of information that's typically well preserved. And here we can follow the whole extent.
Dr. Rafai's research involves working with medial temporal lobe amnesics who suffered severe damage to the hippocampal region of their brain, an area critical for laying down new memories.
Trophy. Institute.
One of our subjects is Richard, whose amnesia was caused by a viral infection, encephalitis.
Luggage.
One of the tasks that we did with Richard was really to examine his anterograde memory, his ability to learn new information. And so typically what we do is we'll give a patient a list of words or a set of pictures, and we'll ask him to remember them the best they can.
Menu.
You can recall the words in any order that you like.
Okay. Doctor. Was it cat or feline? Not sure.
Okay.
Memory is not static. It is constantly developing and evolving. New memory takes time to become a permanent record in the brain. Some amnesiacs have problems retrieving information that wasn't fully laid down prior to the onset of their illness.
Let me show you another picture. Do you know who that is?
O.J. Simpson.
So, for instance, we showed Richard a picture of O.J. Simpson.
Former NFL football player, retired, I believe.
Because that's probably something that goes back more than 10 years. And so that memory is preserved. But strikingly, he didn't know anything more recent about O.J. Simpson. He was accused of a crime. He couldn't tell us that he had been accused of murder and anything more recent that had happened to him.
I don't recall reading or...
So it really nicely illustrates he has some information about this individual, but it goes back more than 10 years. And the more recent memories are lost.
The hippocampus is not the storehouse of memory, but the machinery that helps to build new memories. Ironically, by looking at dysfunctions in conscious memory, psychologists can better understand some of the complexities of the brain and the way memory works normally. Some might argue that as new research uncovers the biochemical mechanisms that underlie the complexities of human behavior, we'll lose the wonder and mystery of existence. But the truth is, when it comes to the brain, the more we begin to know about it, the more we marvel. It takes only 3 pounds of matter to make a human mind, and yet it's designed to do more than any supercomputer, hundreds of times its size. It's still difficult to comprehend that some combination of chemical molecules flowing between nerve cells in the brain could be the foundation for all our abilities and personality, our thoughts and feelings, our memories and dreams. So now we've seen a few of the ways in which the brain controls behavior. In our next program, however, we're going to explore something just as remarkable, how the brain is changed dynamically by the world around it, how it responds to new experiences, new behaviors, and new challenges from the environment by continually modifying itself. The responsive brain, next time on Discovering Psychology. I'm Philip Zimbardo.
Funding for this program is provided by Annenberg CPB to advance excellent teaching. For information about this and other Annenberg CPB programs, call 1-800-LEARNER and visit us at www.learner.org. To learn more about the Annenberg CPB Channel series and workshops for teachers, how to take them for credit, how to buy them on video cassette, call 1-800-LEARNER and visit us at www.learner.org/channel. The Annenberg CPB Channel.